Yes, Bermuda, you don't know it's your boy Cdaynger, and you're locked into the vault. Burn down the system, keep the fire burning. Teach the youths what them need to be learning. Burn down the government, the fire blazing. Whole world gone crazy. Yeah, you don't know, Cdaynger said that. Well, what them say?
A few years back, I remember your whole Harper digital team being everywhere. It was you, Collie Buddz, Roadkill, and I think one other person. Are you guys all still friends?
Well, first of all, thank you for saying a few years, because it made me feel a little younger, because it's been over a decade, basically, since all that happened. Me and Roadkill are still real tight, like one of my best brethrens. Well, as for Buddz, he's doing his own thing. He's hardly ever in Bermuda, so, but yeah, me and Roadkill are still like everyday bona fides, like,
All right, that's good. So you have tracks like Bun on the System and Dark Clouds that actually still considered classics after being over 10 years old. How does that make you feel to have classic songs like that?
Hey, it feels good, like, because it just proves that people rate the music. It's not like a hurry, come up, quick little blow, and then they forget you. Because, like, I haven't made as much music since then as I should have, as I would have liked to. So to know that got a few songs still out there from between 7 and 10 years ago that's still busting. Like, it's a good feeling to know, your craft's being respected. Like, you feel me?
I mean, there's a lot of people that mistake your song Bun on the System for Collie Buddz. There's actually also been rumors, in your case, good, that you actually wrote for Collie Buddz, which is why he kind of fell off. And there's a lot of different things, but we have you here. Could you clear that up? Have you wrote for him? Or?
All right, I'll definitely clear that up. I not wrote nothing for him. You know what I mean? I know when everything happened or whatnot, that was the talks, but I haven't wrote any of his songs. The Bun on the System saga, unfortunately, it happened the way it did. At first, it was a blessing in disguise. The song getting leaked online as Collie Buddz, because at that time, he had the following, you know what I mean? So for me to get that song pushed like that was good, but for it to be now going on 12 years and nothing's really been clarified, who sings it, like you could still go on YouTube and you got people arguing, it's Cdaynger, it's Collie Buddz, and it's like, I just thought him and his team could have done more, to make it known that was my song. Cause in my opinion, when those two songs bust at the same time, Bun on the System was my come around. You feel me? That was my breakout song. And I mean, putting it in the right hands, I think a lot more could have happened with the song, my career, everything,
That song really was a hit, so I could agree with you there. But the thing about it is, it's still a hit, to be honest. It really still is.
Yeah, I mean, and that's good to know, but do they know it's a hit from Cdaynger or Collie Buddz? Like,
No, they knew.
Yeah.
Where was your mind at when you wrote that? Because it's a real powerful song. Was it something based on something that you had gone through, or was it just something you decided to write?
I mean, with Bun on the System, it's just, take a look at the world. Everything in that song is, what was going on in the world. It wasn't any, direct things happening to me, but or you look around, you see violence and the stealing and the government's doing a pack. So it was basically, the song was easy to write. To be honest, I heard the rhythm. I wrote that song on the airplane in like 45 minutes on the way to Toronto, going out to check Buddz and his brother Smokey. Got out there, got in the studio, which at that time, the booth was basically a closet next to the bathroom, you know what I mean? But it got recorded within the hour, written on the plane, and it was just, for me, it was probably the easiest. Maybe it was because there was no pressure, you know what I mean? It was just like, I'm feeling the rhythm, everything I'm singing about is real, like, you know what I mean? It's what's happening, and the song, it went real smooth. The making of the song went smooth. What happened after was a little less smooth, but hey, it's in the past, done and dusted. There's nothing I could do about it. Like, I would say for me, I don't want to say it was lucky, but the reason I say lucky is because I never took music like real serious. I'm always like wrote and back in the day like take the mic at parties, but actually getting for the first time in a real studio, it was with Buddz and with Roach and his brother Smokey. They just played a rhythm. I didn't even really write nothing at first. I just kind of got on the rhythm, started freestyle, and came out and guys were like, hey, boy, you actually pretty hot, boy, you could do something with this here. So I started writing songs, and within that year, Buddz got signed to Sony. So I'm saying to myself, like, this is, you know what I mean? This could be a lot more than just a little hobby and touching the mic at parties. And basically, we guys were just grinding, working together for the first year. I mean, me and Roach done a few tours with your boy through Europe or whatnot the first few years. And I mean, as much as I would have liked it to still be happening, some of the things that went on, like at the end of the day, let's keep it real. Buddz and his team went out on the end, and me and Roach were basically not a part of Harper Digital. There was no Harper Digital. It was Collie Buddz. Harper Digital was finished, and me and Roach went back to a 9 to 5. Yes, I could have maybe hustled a bit more, but when you're basically working with people who's got your career in their hands, you're trusting these people. I don't know the industry. They know the industry. So maybe I could say I trusted the wrong people. Maybe they didn't want to bust me and Buddz at the same time. I have no idea. But from what started off as like almost like a musical family, because remember, we guys was brethrens before music, you know what I mean? It turned into a musical family, and then from there it's turned to, Buddz is a solo artist who has nothing to do with me and Roach, like, you know what I mean? And that's that. Hey, the touring was nice, because my first show in foreign, we guys opened up for Tanya Stevens and Beanie. Now for that, and this was in Berlin, Munich, Germany. So for your first international show to be opening up for a guy like Beanie, who you know looked up to as an artist from before you was a teenager, like that's a legend in the game. I thought I was gonna be overwhelmed and maybe have like some stage fright, but I mean, I'm the type of person, I'm loud as it is, like I'm outgoing, I talk a lot of nonsense. So the personality is there. I saw the crowd. It was about 5 seconds of intimidation. Soon as I ran out on the stage and sang the chorus to Bun on the System, man, you saw the crowd response and all that. I just felt right at him. And it was like that show in foreign that made me feel like, yo, like I could do this for a living. Like this is easy. This ain't a job. Like I like it. You know what I mean? From that first year, working on nothing but music, quit my job, everything was focused on music. Like it felt good. Guys were getting love in Bermuda. People rated the music no matter, even after they found out it was white guys singing Jamaican music. That just shows music's powerful. Like the music was quality, guys rated it. Now after that first year, first 2 years, the turns that I basically took, the things that happened to me in music, I don't know if a lot of people can relate, because unless you made a song that got multi-million views on YouTube and played all over the world and you're not getting the full credit for it, it's hard for me to explain. It's easy for me to explain how that feels, but I know it's hard for people to understand. You're not been there. It's like, not trying to rate it to the Mona Lisa, but it's like the Mona Lisa painting coming out. And who painted it? Michelangelo? That's probably the only painter I know. Okay, and somebody else got the credit for doing the Mona Lisa or painting the roof of the Sistine Chapel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying my music is on that level, but once music became my life, that's how I took it. Like, you feel me? It's like, yo, this guy, he was my bedroom before music. Him and his teams done took my hit and put it on. This is when, what was out? LimeWire? And that honestly killed me, like, to see Bun on the System, my creation, on LimeWire for free download as Collie Buddz, like. So if anybody can agree that that would be like a terrible feeling / introduction into the music industry, we all heard the music industry shitty. I got a taste of that in the first year of doing music, like, you know what I mean? So it came a point where I said, do I distance myself from these guys, do it on my own? Do I trust that they'll fix it? Like, are they gonna put me on? It was just so many thoughts, like, you know, what is gonna happen with my music career? I'm just quit my job, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm put all my eggs into the music basket. What is gonna happen? 3 years went by, like, I'm giving them more music. I'm starting to feel like they're not pushing me no more. It's no invites on the tours no more, even though me and Roach paid our envy for all the tours we went on anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was like, this kind of made me want to quit music. The only thing that kept me keeping on making music is hearing people in Bermuda or going online and people like, where is this Cdaynger guy? You know, love his music, why he stopped? He need to make more songs, blah, 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 blah. So it's basically the fans that kind of kept me wanting to make music. I had knocked it in the head like, it's not gonna be my life no more. You know what I mean? So making a song or two at a time, it was okay just to get your name out there, but it's like, it weren't doing nothing. Where you're getting a little bit of ratings on YouTube, you're getting booked for shows in Burmy, doing a little bit of dub plate. It's like, no, I was to a point where if people are talking about my music like this and putting it on par with Buddz' music, who's basically a signed Sony artist, his album's been on Billboard, it's like, yo, I want more for myself. Like, if people's rating my music with this guy's music and he's doing this, I want this to be my life. It don't mean I want it just for the glitz and glam, but I want it to be my life, my occupation, my source of income, everything. And that came to a crashing halt after about 3 years dealing with those guys. And in all honesty, him knowing none of them guys from his team in Sony reached out to me afterwards. There was a lot of smack said about me, and there's talking about my attitude is the reason that they didn't keep bossing me. At the end of the day, the reason they didn't keep bossing me is, y'all say it, I was a threat to your boy. And it don't mean his music ain't good, because at that time his music was good. But it's not like they weren't reading online the comparisons and all that. And Sony made a business decision and says, no, we can't boss these two guys at the same time. You know what I mean? Then the same genre, the styles are similar. They're both white reggae artists. Like, you know what I'm saying? We cannot boss these two guys at the same time. And I slowly just distanced myself from all that, because anytime I got around those guys, all I thought about was the Behind on the System song. It's 11, 12 years gone, and my brethren will tell you, they get tired of hearing it, but I vent about it all the time. It gets brought up. I can't forget it. It's a creation that I made that went international. Like, man, just burn me. Like, uncut that dub plate for like Stern Love and Mighty Crown and the biggest songs in the world. Like, you know what I mean? I grew up listening to dance tapes and hearing these songs play a Bunty Killer dub plate, and I'm going off my mind. And then to do a dub plate for David Rodigan, Mighty Crown, Stern Love, Jaru, it's like, for me, take away the money. That's like a dream in itself to come true. Because I was a sonhead back in the day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, session tapes out the yin yang and just always love reggae music. Never been big into rap or nothing. I was super biased to reggae. Reggae's got avenues that other music don't, like, you know what I mean? You don't have a rap song clash. You don't have a R&B song clash and, you know what I'm saying, 5 songs going to war with artists that are getting paid to customize that's huge, like, and only reggae does that there. So once I became a part of that industry, like, of course I'm excited, I'm in, like, I've been foreign and sat in hotel rooms with big artists, like, and just, what would you call it, starstruck. Not making it seem like I'm starstruck, like, but deep down I'm like, yeah, that's Beanie sitting on the couch over there, like, or that's Taurus Variety, like, whoever, like, you know what I mean? And becoming a part of the industry was nice. Fading out of the industry was awful. And, like, I'm not just gonna blame Buddz and his camp. I could have done more myself to grind away, but I'm gonna keep it real. That stuff, it put a sour taste in my mouth to the whole music industry. Like, you know what I mean? I was angry for a minute, like, you know what I mean? I probably went, I don't know, a good amount of years not even speaking to Buddz or his brother after that deal happened, because it was like, this guy's made me feel like, bruh, you're making a big deal about it. These songs not gonna do as much as you think, man. We're just coming out, we're just busting. Multi-millions of views later on YouTube. And I think back to myself, I'm like, oh, this song's not gonna do too much, eh? And it's like, it hurts, like, you know what I mean? Because I know what that song could have done. I know that you could go on YouTube and it's still people commenting about a 11, 12-year-old song. And I ain't gonna lie, YouTube comments is kind of what made me say, you know what, Cday, like, you have to get back in this.
Why do you think Collie Buddz is the only Bermudian, well, half Bermudian, to ever really make it out of Bermuda?
I would honestly say because Buddz done what other people wouldn't be willing to try. He got out of Bermuda and started getting his voice heard and working with people overseas. Like, we all know what happens in Bermuda, whether you're artist for music, or actor, or athlete. It's only so far you could go, and there's only so many avenues in Bermuda that could push you. Him and his brother moved to Toronto, was out there, you know, working on music, part-time, regular work for a good amount of years before anything happened with Sony. You know what I mean? So it's not like they just went out there, nothing happened, came back Bermuda. There's out there, there's grinding, like, you know what I'm saying? There's trying to make something happen musically. So I think he bossed because the hustle, the grind, and, you know, the determination to make it, like, you know what I mean? And other Bermudians could have probably bossed too, just like that, but it can't start from Bermuda. And not to sound messed up, if you really check it, nobody knew who Colin was until he got signed from Sony. Signed by Sony. You know what I mean? It's, people were like, who is this Collie Buddz? The music's wicked. Like, nobody even knew it was Bermudian at first. You know what I mean? It's like, when they heard Big Guy's music at first in Bermuda, they was like, these guys are Jamaican? Guys, no, they're Bermudian. Yeah, these guys are Bermudian. And they're white? Like, you know what I'm saying? And this wasn't just in Bermuda. This was in foreign. I remember in Jamaica, Big Eyes was in Asylum. This when Buddz first bust. And he was basically about to do a little pass-through in Asylum nightclub. And they had a little competition about, you can guess who Collie Buddz is, or guess what he looks like, guess where he's from. About 4 people kind of took the mic and said, oh, I think it's a dread, he's from Antigua. Then somebody else was like, no, I think it's a Chinese man. It was just pure wrong answers, like. And then when Buddz came up on stage, and like, you know, Buddz is white. Like, I'm a geek, so I'm got a little bit of turn to me. Buddz is white, so when they saw this bold pink dude with his shades on and his big entourage got up on stage, like, it was wicked because it was no hatred, like, it was love. We was in downtown Kingston, Jamaica, getting love from like, you know, a serious Asylum. If people don't know, that's like the Apollo, how you got in New York. Like if you can boss Asylum, like in reggae, you're done something good. Like it's not a easy thing to do. You know what I mean? But for me, it's exposure. Back to the beginning question, why I think he's the only one boss. At that time, I guess you could say he was the only one willing to take a chance, drop your job or whatever you was doing in Bermuda, and go to a place where it's more avenues to make music your life. And that's the bottom line right there.